Hey y'all. So I wanted to share a little piece of my testimony surrounding this month for domestic violence awareness. And one of the things I've mentioned this over a few times, but not necessarily fully, too much into detail. And I'm not going to go too much into detail this time either, but I just wanted to, share a piece of my testimony. But for a long time, I have held a lot of shame, surrounding abuse, because mentally I thought I was in this like weak position, not standing up for myself. And it took me some time, but it also took me some time when I went to therapy. I was able to personally gain a new perspective for my experience, and now also that I have awakened, I am able to understand more of it on a spiritual level as well. What also revealed to me during therapy was a stroll down memory lane when it came to me in my childhood. It was something to where I didn't necessarily experience healthy relationships and dynamics in the home. Also, as well, come to find out, there was some hostile things that I've experienced as a child. I just don't necessarily remember it. So that definitely makes more sense also to why, certain things trigger and I have certain traumas also as well. But one of the things that was revealed to me during therapy was, yeah, like I said, experiencing those things growing up, and that's why I ended up attracting certain type of people or men. Was because it was a trauma bond. Okay, so I learned more about trauma bonding in therapy also as well. It also told me and taught me that I was carrying a certain burden of shame surrounding it was hindering me from coming into acceptance that I was able to, so that I was able to actually release it in regards to that guilt and that shame. But another thing that stuck with me, what my therapist would tell me that I survived. And this was something to where I didn't necessarily feel so much like a domestic violence victim, because this was, part of it was in high school and then some of it was outside of high school also as well. But I didn't necessarily feel like a domestic violence victim, because when I thought about domestic violence, I thought about it happening like every single day or every other day or weekly, monthly, and that's not necessarily how I kind of experienced it. I experienced a lot of physical abuse to where, I was choked a couple of times or, shoved up against the wall. I was punched 3 times in my face to where my front tooth ended up falling out, and I had to get my tooth fixed. And that was very traumatic to me, because still to this day, I still, have a lot of shame surrounding that energy also as well. But, a lot of it, there used to be a time where I wasn't able to talk about it without, crying or my eyes watering. But it took a lot of shadow work. It took a lot of time, really kind of being gentle with myself, journaling, therapy, and praying and, and such like that, to really kind of release that energy of, I was young, I didn't really have any direction in regards to relationships. I didn't see an example. So this is also what aligned as well as with, me spiritually. This is something that spirit taught me, that part of these experiences that I experienced in regards to mental health or mental abuse, physical abuse, emotional abuse, and even sexual abuse, was for me to be able to spot that out, in regards to people, or just energy, in general, when it came to these unhealthy patterns. Okay. But automatically, this was something that this is something that I learned from to keep me away from hostile environments also as well. So it's like I have this hyper awareness also as well, but that's very much tied to my gifts also. So it's like I can pick up on certain cues, and this was something also that helped me survive, when I was, in these situations is, picking up on certain cues when you know that these things was going to happen in that time. But yeah, so that definitely provided me with so many different perspectives, and later, learning spiritually that these was all karmic cycles that I had to break. I also, it opened up my mind to, this is something that I wondered, if my family, and the women in my family had experienced any of this. And I come to find out they have. So I realized that this was part of also some sort of, curse breaking that needed to be done over time. But I gained a lot of wisdom through this pain and suffering, but now I'm able to apply it so that I can protect myself on a daily. So I did want to say, if any woman that is experiencing domestic violence, I did want to share this just to get it out there, and let you know that whether you're forced on your way out or this is your choice to move on, I just wanted you to know that I experienced it too. And you are able to heal from this and you're able to move on. I send you so much love because at that time, as I was going through these experiences, I very much I kept it all to myself. I kept it in. I didn't tell anyone. I isolated myself so strongly. And, I really feel for that younger girl and that younger version of me because I was very young, when I was experiencing most of the physical. So I really just want to extend, love to you if you have been experiencing this. And I want to tell you that no amount of love that you think it is going to hurt you, or bring you down. So truly decide to choose yourself, okay? And if you have kids, really choose your kids, because this is something that can repeatedly, happen, when it comes to your children also as well. And you don't want to see those cycles continue to repeat. And I know it may feel like, you know you may have no way out, or it may feel as if you are never going to heal from certain wounds and things. But I am a walking testimony, and to tell you that it just takes work and it takes time and it takes grace. So, peace and love to you, and you got this, babe.